Blue Demons, Courtney here from the Office of Student Involvement. We made it. Can you believe it? It's the last welcome week. Thank you for everyone who's been tuning in to our Get to Know DePaul series. Today I'm joined by Ellen Fingato, who is our Dean of Students, to really round out the series for this year. So Ellen, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy Friday to you.
Yeah. So Ellen, to kick things off, how about you start with a little bit about who you are and what the Dean of Students office does here at DePaul.
Sure. So my name's Ellen Fingato. I serve as Dean of Students. I've been at DePaul for 11 years. This is the start of my 12th academic year, and I've been in the Dean of Students office since 2013. The Dean of Students office exists really primarily to serve our most urgent and salient needs of our students as they are experiencing different kinds of adversity, such as medical or personal emergencies that are impeding their ability to be academically successful. And what that looks like is we work with students and families to help them navigate the university and provide clear critical support structures and communication to help them get back on track to being their best possible academic selves. I think oftentimes the Dean of Students office has this connotation that we are the principal's office, we are the place you go when people get in trouble. And really, our code of student responsibility exists to uphold and create community standards. And we have an educational process in that when students and individuals in the community have something that happens where it doesn't align with our community standards, we provide tools and resources to help that person make different but better decisions moving forward. So providing tools and resources, again, to help that person learn and grow from the circumstance.
Well, and I think, Ellen, that analogy that you give, particularly about not being the principal's office, is really apt, right? Like, yes, you are the place that people go if there is a problem, but, one of the things we've talked about throughout our Get to Know DePaul series is this spirit of take care DePaul, right? And we want you as students, we want you Blue Demons as students to take care of yourself so you can take care of others and take care of DePaul. And I think that Dean of Students serves as a resource, particularly for that first tenant. When you get into crisis and you realize I need a little bit of help to take care of myself, the Dean of Students is a great first place to go so that you can get back on that path and you can start to do that. There's a plethora of different resources, but Ellen, I know from past experiences, your office oftentimes partners with other departments and offices to connect students to resources as needed as well.
We do, yeah, and a really good example of that could be, a student has a medical hospitalization, or they have a death in the family that of someone who maybe significantly contributed to the cost of their tuition, of their education. And we know that a circumstance like that can be really devastating. They need personal support, but then they also need assistance in how do I navigate this? What does this mean for my DePaul experience? How do I talk to my faculty? What does this mean for my financial aid? Is this going to impact my off-campus housing? What are some resources within the Chicagoland area, but also within DePaul? So we work really strategically and thoughtfully to connect students with appropriate resources, not only within the DePaul community, but any appropriate external community resources within the Chicagoland area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and that, I think that spirit is one that is so important for students to remember, right? You are not alone, right? You've got this team, you've got this people to help you thrive at DePaul, not only academically, but in your, co-curricular experience. That's why you'll come to me. But if you need, that additional assistance, DOS is there to help as well. So Ellen, if a student wants to connect or they, need to get a hold of Dean of Students, how can they get in touch with you all?
Yeah, there's several different ways that a student can reach out to us. And we're really trying to take the lead from the student on what's their preferred meeting modality. So our office is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So a student can stop into our office. They can also enter our virtual office online, and our link is scrolling on the bottom. And you can also call or email. So we've recognized during this time that students have different preferences on how they want to engage with faculty and staff or have their student services needs met. So we're trying to meet students where they are and engage with them and how they prefer to engage with us. And also, I think depending on their personal circumstance, it may be easier for a student to meet with us via Zoom or over the phone versus traveling to campus. So we're pretty responsive. We try to get back to students within 24 hours, have you set up with an appointment within 24 to 48 hours of your initial outreach. But again, we remain available 9 to 5, and we're predominantly located here at the Lincoln Park campus in Suite 307 of the Lincoln Park Student Center.
Great. And if a student does have any questions, if you're ever in crisis at the Loop, the thing that I would add as well is we don't have every individual student affairs office in particular at the Loop, but there is a suite 1400, which is our student affairs suite. You can always walk in there, or you can go to the 11th floor info desk as well. They have all of the contacts, right? They have all of the phone numbers. And our students who staff those front desks are trained on who to contact and who to get you connected with. So just because you're at the Loop doesn't mean you're at this by yourself. You can use all of those resources there as well. So to our viewers, if you have any questions for Ellen about Dean of Students, or just generally from her, what was it you said, 12 years?
Yeah, I'm starting my 12th academic year.
Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. We'll either get to them during today's session, or we'll be sure to take a look and connect with you after as well if you're watching the video on demand. The other thing I would mention, I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but if you look in the comments, you can see a link to check into today's event. By checking in, you have an opportunity to win one of these Here We Do DePaul University branded tiles. So if you're like me and you lose your keys a lot, you can put this on it and it will help you not lose it. So I bought one personally for myself because I have a tendency to misplace my wallet, and it has come in handy, to say the least. So scan that QR code or click that link. But Ellen, as we round out our time together, any advice for our students that are either coming back to campus or that are new to campus this fall?
Yeah, I think a couple of things. One I would always share is don't be afraid to try new things. To talk to someone in your class that you haven't talked to before, try a new student organization, take a class that you never thought that you would. That advice continues to remain, whether you're coming to DePaul for your first time or returning to DePaul. The other thing I would share is, as we are kicking off the academic year and coming back from a time that has been really difficult for sort of our collective community, but also individually, is to give yourself grace that, we are all in this experience together. One of the things I love about DePaul, why I work here and continue to work here, is the people. The students are amazing. They have incredible stories about why DePaul is so important to them, what it means to them to have a DePaul education, and just the resilience they have. And to be a part of that story, to be a part of that student support system, is really an honor. And I haven't met anyone here at DePaul, faculty or staff, that isn't invested in a student's success. And so we're here for you. We're excited to welcome you back. And I look forward to meeting you all, seeing you on campus. And again, we're always in your corner if you need any support.
Great. Well, Ellen, thanks again so much for taking the time to join us today. Students, if you're watching, again, feel free to, shoot DOS an email if you have any questions, or you can comment right on this video wherever you're watching, YouTube, Facebook, any of those locations. We will see those and get those answered for you as well. So one of the things that Ellen mentioned is we want you to get involved, and Welcome Week isn't over yet. Actually, tonight, we've got one of our concluding events of Welcome Week, First Friday Fun. It's going to be taking place in the Lincoln Park Student Center, the building that Ellen and I are both in right now. It'll be on the first floor. We're going to have a bowling alley and roller skating. We're giving away DePaul tube socks. So if you're wearing sandals, don't worry about it. We've got you covered. You'll get those so that you can go roller skating, but come out and join us. But the other thing I would say, Ellen talked a little bit about grace. We know this first week, there was a lot going on, and sometimes students feel like they may have missed it if they didn't come to an event. You can still get involved. we will have things for you throughout the entire quarter. You can always go to the DePaul student involvement website, which is go.depaul.edu/involvement, or follow us on social media at DPU Involvement. And we post things that are going on constantly. We want to help you find your place and find your connection. And Welcome Week was just the start of that. But we look forward to continuing to see you all here. And if you need anything in the weeks to come, feel free to let us know. But until next time, we will see you soon. Bye-bye, Blue Demons.
Bye, everybody.